All right, now look, today I'm fitting to show y'all exactly how I make one of my absolute favorite dishes, which is Greek meatballs. And yes, this recipe will be featured in my cookbook, Cultural Mosaic, A Food Tour Around the Globe, which does start pre-sale September the 10th. So definitely make sure you guys get your hands on a copy of my cookbook, Cultural Mosaic, because you're not going to want to miss out on all these fabulous recipes. So let's go on ahead and get into it. You see that? You see that? You see that? Don't ask me for the damn ingredient. Let's get the cookbook. Okay, so first things first, you're going to need yourself a pound of ground beef. I'm also going to be going in with some Italian sausage. You're going to need egg, also some panko crumbs. We're also going to be using some oregano, olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm going to be using a coarse kosher salt and black pepper, as well as onion powder. Now, let me tell you guys something right now. If you are a person that is a little bit more, salt intolerant, make sure that you guys pay attention to the amount of salt that I list in the cookbook itself. When you're adding stuff like fresh garlic as well as coarse kosher salt, you got to be mindful that pairing with Italian sausage can make a dish very, very salty. So I only use a half a tablespoon of salt. But if you know that you don't like your food leaning more towards the saltier side, that's totally fine, my loves. Just make sure that you adjust the salt to your liking. In the food processor, I went on ahead and I added in the red onion as well as the garlic. And I went on ahead and minced all of that down. This is going to give these meatballs so much flavor. One of the reasons why I think I love these meatballs so much is because there's not a lot to it. It literally is just a bunch of fresh ingredients. The minced red onion, the minced garlic, the oregano, nice quality ground beef. That is also key. Make sure you guys take the time, get yourself some nice beef. Let it be Angus. If you got Wagyu, by all means, use that. But, when you're making something that only has like 5 or 6 ingredients in it, you want to make sure that you're starting off with the best products possible, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So once I got them all mixed together, I put them into nice bite-sized pieces. I put them in the refrigerator, and I actually let them sit overnight. You don't have to. They can sit for 1 hour. That's totally fine. Let those rest. One of my dear friends, Terrence, has a fabulous garden. He had some extra cucumbers, so I thought this will be the perfect opportunity to make use of them. So I'm going to make a very quick Greek salad, which is sliced red onion, cucumber, tomato, feta cheese, and you're literally just going to dress it up with some olive oil, oregano, salt, and pepper. If you are a person that loves black olives, by all means, throw yourself in some Greek olives. I don't like olives, so I always leave that out. This is one of those salads, though, that you want to make fresh right before serving. You don't want to make that too early in advance because the salt will draw out a lot of moisture, and you don't want your salad to get really, really soggy. Now, in my skillet here, I'm going to be adding in, of course, some olive oil. And I'm going to be gradually starting to cook off my meatballs. You want to make sure that you are not overcrowding your pan. You do not want these to steam. So make sure you're leaving yourself some room. And you also want to make sure that the temperature isn't up too high. We're going to be browning off all sides of these meatballs, and you're also going to be fully cooking them. So if the meatballs are too thick, you're going to have a difficulty cooking them all the way through. Now, you can absolutely bake these in the oven if you would like at 350. You could probably also cook these in the air fryer. There's a lot of different ways that you can do them. But I would just advise you to make sure that you don't make them too thick. This is meant to be an appetizer, or you can make it as a main meal, putting it inside a pita bread or something along that line. But even still, you don't want the meatballs too big. Once you have all of your meatballs fully cooked off, I like to let them sit for about 2 to 3 minutes before serving them. Baby, I serve it up on a plate over some tzatziki with the Greek salad, the pita bread. When I tell you guys, this is one of my favorite dishes. So please make sure that you guys set the date for September the 10th, because that's when my cookbook, Cultural Mosaic, A Food Tour Around the Globe, becomes available. And I really, really hope that you guys trust me in getting yourself a copy of that book. Bye.